Hey everybody, welcome back for another episode of The Man Shrugs, where we tell ridiculous, strange stories that make us laugh, and then we go over sponsors of our life, you know, things that just make us, like, they just pump us up and we love them, we gotta tell you about them, and then we usually end up playing some kind of a game or whatever goofy thing strikes our fancy.
Yes,
That's us.
That's us, a quirky couple with a commentary on Christian life and culture from a pastor's wife and her sidekick.
That's me.
I'm your favorite host,
Yeah.
Sarah Manshak.
I'm that other one, JJ Manshrek. All right, we're back again, and I'm glad we're doing this because it's been kind of a heavy week, and I just feel like I need a break, and I need to just, like, do some enjoyment, you know? Let's do some fun stuff, and...
Do some enjoyment.
I just need to do some enjoyment, okay? I don't have the mental capacity to put words into normal sentences, so this is going to be an interesting
That is dangerous considering the fact that you have to preach tomorrow, so...
We are recording early. It's a goofy thing because we got some big stuff coming up, and we wanted to get this recording done because we wanted to make sure that the Man Shrek podcast lives on for those two listeners that are out there, because I know there's two now. We are dedicated to you, so dedicated. Actually, okay, but before we dive into the news desk, I did want to give a massive shout out. We got another 5-star review on Apple Podcasts from, and it's Mama T Field. It's T and then like an apostrophe and then Field, and I think maybe I even know who that is because I have some family friends from way back when I used to live in Troy, and their last name was Tallafield, so that might be Mama Tallafield. I'm not sure, you know, so that might be my friend's mom, or it could be a total stranger on the internet.
My friend's mom.
Hey, everybody is welcome to tune in.
There's no judgment here. I don't think anybody from my family listens to this podcast.
Nope.
So.
All my past, I'm getting everybody to listen. No. So it says 5 stars. Love listening. Thanks for taking time out of your chaotic life to bring us this podcast. I'm really enjoying listening. Love hearing your insight and hearing you have fun together. Keep up the good work. So that's from Mama
Very cool.
T Field, and if it is Mama Tallafield, thank you so much. It's so wonderful to hear from you after all these years. Social media keeps us connected a little bit, and if it's a total stranger that I've never heard of, we love you too. Thank you for tuning in. We love that. All right, are you ready to approach the news desk?
I think I am.
All right, let's bring it on.
All right. Are you ready?
Yeah,
first?
I've only got one, so I'm gonna let you go first.
Oh, okay. I was just gonna say my first one is very short but very cute,
All
and
right.
I don't see why we shouldn't do this here in Michigan.
Oh.
Utah community attempts to build the world's largest blanket fort.
What? That's amazing.
They were attempting to come together to build the world's largest blanket fort and get themselves in the Guinness World Records for having done that. It was organized by a networking group, and they wanted to create a 10,000 square foot blanket fort.
I love it.
On Thursday at a stadium. Apparently the previous record was a 6,736 square foot
Only
blanket fort.
6,000 square foot.
And here's the part that I like. It said the organizers of this event said that all of the blankets used in this attempt would be donated to local homeless shelters.
Oh,
like
cool.
So-
Holy smokes, though. How many blankets do you use if you're covering 10?
This article
1,000 square
says,
feet?
so this article was from Friday, and it says that it hadn't been determined yet if the record had been a success or not. So
Well, and they were shooting big, right? If
Yeah,
the previous record
10,000.
was 6, I mean, they were going way over. So even if they fell short of their 10K goal, you know, even 8 or 9 is still break the record, right? I mean,
Yeah.
that's amazing.
that's
So-
just, I thought it was crazy.
You said it was where? Utah?
In Utah.
Utah. World's biggest blanket fort.
Yep.
I would love. I want. Are there pictures? I want to look.
There
at.
wasn't. I saw a
Oh,
video
man.
there, but I'll have to check it out. But yeah, it's
Oh my gosh.
I'm curious to see what they're doing, like how they're constructing it.
Yeah, like
tricky. Yeah.
if a blanket fort stretches more than 2 couches, you have to
I
like,
can't
get
even
it
get
in.
it to stretch between 2 chairs without falling down. But I also have a 2-year-old who wants to stop jumping on the top. So.
I mean, that's the fun of blanket forts.
Oh,
is
absolutely.
collapsing them. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
All right. So my news story is so it's not the thing that is the news story. So the news story is just that Cambridge University is sharing some old manuscripts.
Okay.
But the manuscripts are what I want to talk about, okay? Old manuscripts reveal bizarre medieval medical cures is being shared by Cambridge University.
Okay.
So there's not really any news about that. These are just ancient documents. But Cambridge University is just recently made them available to the internet, right? They're digitizing these like ancient books, right? They're taking pictures of it and transcribing it and all of that. And it says treatments for battle wounds are among the remedies described. But Cambridge researchers say many target a familiar set of ailments such as headaches, toothaches, diarrhea, coughs, and aching limbs. So these are anywhere between 1,000 years old and like 600 years old, up to like the 14th century.
Okay.
These are medical ailments and what they used to do.
Oh dear. Okay.
To solve them.
I'm very curious.
So I feel like as a culture, like, you know, post-industrial revolution, this, you know, we really like went all in with scientific research, and so we have a pill for everything, and we have synthetic versions of everything. And I think as a medical community, we swung the pendulum way into the synthetic world. Like, give me a pill that was cooked up in a lab, and it's going to solve all my problems.
Yep.
And I feel like we went too far into that, and then we've kind of swung back as a culture, and now there's like this rise of more organic, homeopathic, like. They say alternative medicine, but it's not really alternative. It's more like original medicine, you know? But I doubt they're recommending this stuff.
Okay, I'm super curious to hear.
Okay, so the first one is baking a salted owl and grinding it into a powder to treat gout.
There's got to be something about some sort of vitamins or nutrients in an owl that is...
You know that, like, these things probably worked, you know, in some way. So it's like something in an owl and the mixture of salt.
How do you catch the owl is my question.
Do you salt it before you kill it? You're just throwing salt at birds, or...
But, you know, I throw salt at birds.
Baking a salted owl and grinding it into a powder. Powdered owl. For the gout. All right, someone suffering from cataracts hundreds of years ago would be advised to mix the gallbladder of a hare, like a bunny, gallbladder of a hare with some honey, and then use a feather to apply it to their eyes. Would get rid of cataracts.
Gallbladder of a hare.
Gallbladder of a hare mixed with honey, and then they use a feather to apply it.
To their eye.
To their eye. And I don't know if like they're like hold your eyes open and yeah.
Wow, this is so interesting. And yeah, I can't imagine that felt good. How long do you leave it on for? Until your eyes become cemented shut, and then
So the treatments are among 8,000 medical recipes contained in 180 medieval transcripts, dating mostly to the 14th or 15th century, and they're being digitized by Cambridge University Library. Some date even farther back, to all the way back to like 1,000 years old. They give us an insight into the violence of medieval life with advice on how to discover if a skull has been fractured after a weapon injury, as well as how to set broken bones and stop bleeding. Which, that makes sense, right?
Everybody needs to know how to do that, you know. You get into mortal hand-to-hand combat with
Some contain detailed illustrations and show doctors used a bewildering array of ingredients, animal, vegetable, and mineral, said project leader Dr. James Freeman. I think the weirdest one, I didn't mention it, the weirdest one ever is... this is gross. Stuffing a puppy with snail and sage and then roasting it over a fire and using the fat to make a salve is another suggested gout cure. Gout was a big deal. That one was one of those. They would do anything to get rid of gout. Your face. Snail and sage. They're roasting puppies.
Stuffing a puppy.
Isn't that horrifying?
It's awful. I can't wrap my mind
someone
around that.
suggested that and didn't get run out of town.
I mean, to be a doctor in those days.
For all their complexities, medieval medical recipes are very relatable to modern readers. Many addressed ailments that we still struggle with today: headaches, toothaches, diarrhea, coughs, and aching limbs. They show that medieval people were trying to manage their health with knowledge that was available to them at the time, just like we do. They show a picture of one of the page, and it's fascinating. There's these little flasks drawn on the page, and they color in different colors of patients' urine with the ailments described above. They're like, if it's this color, this is what it means. It's like an ancient medical textbook. But they look like cartoon pictures. I mean, they're so primitive.
So interesting.
They're a reminder of the pain and precarity of medieval life before antibiotics, before antiseptics, and before pain relief. The texts come from a dozen Cambridge colleges, the Fitzwilliam Museum, and the University Library, and they are being preserved as part of a £500,000 Curious Cures project. So there's a big grant to do this whole thing. Full transcripts of the remedies and high-res images will be made freely available at the Cambridge Digital Library.
Wow.
They're just starting. They got 2 years to finish this project, but I just thought that was so funny and so interesting. Like,
it is very interesting. That's an interesting read.
The crazy stuff we used to do, and some of these pictures, like I've seen Liam draw better diagrams of the human body. You know, like our children, like these pictures are like that's what they thought the human body looked like.
I mean, hey man, they're still, stuffing those puppy dogs with snails.
Stuffing puppy dogs with snails. Apparently, so. I don't know anything about gout. I've read books where characters have it, like pirate books, right? Or anything set in over 300 years ago. Gout was a big deal. I just know that it was excruciatingly painful. Mm-hmm. And man, they would just try anything to get rid.
You can't get rid of it. You do whatever you got to do to.
A world without ibuprofen is hard to imagine. That's a real bummer. Ugh. All right. Do you have another one?
I do, actually. It's pretty weird, but I guess that was very interesting, actually. Okay, so this one's just goofy. A trail of slime leads German customs to bags of giant snails. Did you read this story?
No, but I saw it.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so apparently there were German customs officials that say they found a trail of slime, and it led them to a stash of almost 100 giant African land snails and other items hidden inside bags at the Dusseldorf airport this month.
African land snails, which didn't know that was a thing.
The trail was left by a 20 centimeter, an 8-inch snail.
8 inches. Okay, so I'm imagining. Wow, that's like that's 2/3 of a foot, right? So man, that's big. That's a big snail.
They found a bag with a hole and another snail already coming out of it, preparing to dash for freedom. In total, the officials found 6 bags containing 93 giant snails, 62 pounds of fish and smoked meat, and a suitcase full of rotting meat.
Ew.
All of it had been imported from Nigeria and were destined for an African goods store in Western Germany. The snails were handed over to animal rescue. Never in the history of Dusseldorf Customs Office has a trail of slime led us to smuggled goods.
That's so gross.
Gross and just
How much do you think you can get for an
That's what I want to know.
Snail?
That's what I'm wondering. 100 giant African snails. Yeah. How much are they selling those for a piece?
Well, and man, they're smuggling out rotting meat. That's gross, dude. I wonder what it was that they weren't allowed to.
I don't know. Some kind of meat that clearly went bad before they had a chance to actually get it to the destination.
Oh, man. A trail.
62 pounds of fish and smoked meat as well.
Well, and they didn't pack them in coolers and then put that in a suitcase or something, but no.
That's a lot of snails.
Yeah, that is.
I mean, how do you... I don't even understand. 93 snails.
I feel like this is what would happen if I tried to smuggle something. Right? Smugglers, they all have creative ways. Oh, they're hidden in a tube inside of a thing inside, they're smuggled inside the whipped cream can or whatever, But I would just stick a bunch of snails in
It's just so bizarre. I mean...
There's
put it in your purse, put it in your purse, put it in your purse.
It's oozing. It's oozing.
Ugh.
We're just like into the gross stories today.
That's weird. Ugh. Well, at least I wasn't trying to treat my gout with it.
Ooh, with puppies. Snails.
8 foot, 8-inch.
That's what the African snails are for gout. I knew it.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing. I'm so grossed out. / that's hilarious.
Who was it though that's looking at the ground closely enough that's like, there's a trail of slime here. This isn't right. And then they follow it to the bag of snails. Like,
it must have been like a substantial trail of slime. That's gross.
Yeah, it had to be significant for them to follow it.
Well, and okay, if you're in an airport, and I mean, it's obviously different for security, but if you're in an airport and you see like a trail of something sticky on the ground. That's true. I just, you just avoid it. Like, I don't want to know.
Someone spilled their drink, someone trailed something coming out of their bag. Like, that's not...
Yeah. The syrup
had to be weird enough that they
dripping on the floor.
Somebody was stuck in the Starbucks and they dropped us.
But to think, no, it's nefarious, right? Sticky doesn't make me think like drugs or smuggled items. Sticky makes me think, ew, I don't want to know.
Yeah, like someone was dragging a trash bag or something.
Maybe that's just because we have toddlers, and I'm like,
that's true.
You know, there's a sticky line right there. I don't want to know what it is.
Don't tell me. I'll just sanitize the heck
just
out
clean
of
it up, and I don't want to know where it came from.
Yeah.
Oh man!
That's
all
so
right.
weird.
Are you ready for Sponsor of Your Life? Are you ready for the what? I'm allowed to like what I want to like.
I'm sorry. And before my eyes, you became an 80-year-old man.
Yes, I just morphed into...
You really need a fanny pack.
Dude, fanny packs are cool again. Don't you remember? I don't get it. I spent too much of my childhood making fun of them. I don't think I could do it. Like, maybe if I got a really cool one, but I don't think I could wear the fanny pack.
I had a neon one. And
You did?
Of course I did.
Oh, that's amazing. Little 90s Sarah and her neon fanny pack. I love that visual so much.
You should.
I do. I do. All right. Are you, now that we've already discussed it, are you ready for the sponsor of your life?
I am ready for the sponsor of my life. Sponsor of my life this week would have to be, I listened to a couple other podcasts, but I've really been excited about, there's one podcast I listen to. They don't release very often, but they released a new episode this past week. It's a podcast called Freely Rooted, and usually they talk about health and wellness and just stuff like that, healthy eating and stuff. But they have a lot of guest hosts on, and this week they had someone on who was talking about homeschooling and how that kind of fits into your rhythm. And it was an interesting perspective because I never really thought about it before as a homeschool mom, but they were talking about how homeschooling isn't necessarily anything extra on top of what you would do as a parent. It's just an extension of parenting. And I thought that was an interesting perspective because it was like absolutely true. Like, I am already teaching my kids at home whether or not, my kids go to physical school.
Or not.
I am teaching my kids, and it's like, it's just an extension of parenting to a, different level. And I'm like, oh, I like that. So I've been listening to this Freely Rooted podcast for a while. I listened to their whole first season, second season, all that is beginning, and so I really liked this episode most recently. They've gotten longer as they go on, but this one I thought really fit just because it was kind of in the season we're at in life. So
I just this is so weird, but so I have a sponsor. I do, but just listening to you say that, like, my sponsor right now, like what's sponsoring my life in this very moment, is this podcast. I was kind of started out like, I've started out kind of grumpy, and I'm just like, we got some big stuff going on in life, and church drama and denominational blah 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 and all that stuff, and I was grumping coming in, and I was like, all right, we're gonna do this podcast because we love doing it and it's fun, and it has lifted my, we're halfway through, we still got a game to play, and I love doing this with you, and I appreciate you. So you're a sponsor of my life right in this moment, and I'll cut this out because it's super cheesy. But but the real sponsor of my life that I was gonna mention is, so we're recording a day early. We mentioned that earlier, and we are. So we had the soccer games for the boys this morning. And that was so much fun. The boys, I mean, they're really growing. It's their second week. They're a little bit more getting into it. But then we came home, and after lunch, we went out and did some garage sailing. And our neighborhood neighborhood has like a ton of garage sales right now. So just as a family, we did this super cute thing, and we walked around all the garage sales.
Hi to our neighbors.
Yeah, I got to talk to our neighbors. Some of them we haven't met yet, and we got to like see them face to face, and it was just really awesome. And so just the Midwest concept of garage sales, it's such a silly, simple thing, but it made my life better today, you know? It's a sponsor of my life. Yeah. And we didn't spend any money, which was kind of crazy.
It's nice to browse.
That was fun, though. Well, and Liam, he has his little dollars from, you know, the Tooth Fairy or whatever, and it's like burning a hole in his pocket. He's like, I gotta buy something, and we try to be practical. Okay, but what do you want? What is the thing you need? And he had a great time. It was fun.
It was fun. It was a good time.
It did. That was definitely sponsoring my life today. So this is another segment of another round of my off-brand childhood. So we introduced this game a couple of weeks ago. The way it works is, the premise was that growing up, you don't buy the name brand cereal, right? You get the off-brand version. It's kind of like a Midwestern value. And so instead of, you know, Honey Nut Cheerios, you get Honey Nut Tostitos. And we realized that it's a lot of fun to make up off-brand versions of stuff. So last time we did this, we did like Disney movies or kids movies or something. And it was like, what's your off-brand version of these famous Hollywood movies? This time, and this comes from Twitter, we are looking for off-brand names of contemporary Christian worship songs. Okay, so I have a whole bunch of them, and I'm just going to let you guess them. Okay, is that all right?
Okay, sure.
So I put it up on... So I do want to give a shout-out. Laura Klenda, who is a friend on Twitter, she made a joke that inspired this. She had mentioned... Somebody was talking about, like, plagiarism and stuff, and it was a totally different conversation, but she mentioned the off-brand version of Oceans would be Seas. Right, I'm gonna make a movie, Seas, and so that inspired me, and I did a prompt. I put it out there on Twitter, and I put it on Facebook, and I said, what are some off-brand names of contemporary Christian worship songs? And I will run through some of these. I think you'll get right away, because we've kind of been joking about this and talking. So this is the song. All the motions that I create.
Every move I make.
Every move I make, I'm making you. Yes. All right. Nice. So
Is it required that we sing the song after we guess it?
I'm probably going to do it anyways.
You'll probably lose followers.
It's okay. We don't have any followers. So.
That's true. That's true.
All right. So how tremendous is our higher power?
How great is our God?
How great is our God? Let's see. 9,999 motives.
Oh, 10,000 Reasons.
Boom. There you go. Off-brand version of 10,000 Reasons. And so these are all from Twitter, right? Okay. And so we got dozens of responses on both Twitter and Facebook. So I won't read them all, but larger than average sized manor.
Big house.
It's a big house with lots and lots of rooms.
Yeah.
Big table. Yeah, that's good stuff. This one, Ignite the Seafaring Vessels.
Burn the Ships?
Burn the Ships by For King and Country. That's such a good song. How Solid a Starting Point.
How Firm a Foundation.
Yeah,
Nice.
I like this one a lot. Yell to the Master is the off-brand version of...
Shout to the Lord.
Shout to the Lord.
Yell to the Master.
Yes, yell to the Master.
It just sounds like a petulant child, like, screaming at somebody.
It made me laugh. All right, let's see. Shackle Fracturer.
Chain breaker.
Chain breaker. That's from my buddy Ryan. Oh my gosh. So shackle. I thought that was such a creative, yeah. Right? Shackle Fracturer. Oh, Aristocat. You're pretty good looking.
Aristocat, you're pretty good looking. Oh Lord, you're beautiful.
Oh Lord, you're beautiful. Yes. Let's see what else we got. Amusing Heavenly Messengers. And I'll give you a hint. That one is a classic Newsboys song.
Oh, Entertaining Angels.
Entertaining Angels. Ba-da-na-na-na. There aren't real words to that song, right?
There are.
I don't know what they are. You just go na-na-na-na-na-na. 24/7. You wait for me.
See, there are real words. You just choose.
I just don't know what they are.
You must have been really annoying as a kid.
I still am. I kept that, you know?
That's true.
All right, now this one's a little obscure. I don't know if you'll know this one. As a type of undead. Yeah, I don't know if you know this band very well.
As a type like...
As a type of undead. And I'll tell you, it's an Audio Adrenaline song. Old Audio.
Like a zombie?
Mm-hmm.
Is it really?
Yeah, the song is called Some Kind of Zombie.
Oh.
Some kind of zombie.
I don't know what a zombie is. But...
That's how he sings it. You don't know that?
It's an accent, probably, JJ.
I don't know where they are from. The original Audio Adrenaline group. I know that I loved their music a lot.
I would venture guess Australian based on that.
Multiple 24-hour periods belonging to the Hebrew prophet is the off-brand version of...
Multiple 24-hour... Oh, Days of Elijah?
These are the days of Elijah. I like it. Sorry, I am singing too many of these.
Yeah, every single one.
All right,
I can sing it if you want me to, but...
Imprudent Agape is the off-brand version of...
Amazing Love.
No. Imprudent.
Oh, Reckless Love.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing Love.
Yep.
Sorry.
All right, let's see. I'm going down. Okay, so that's all the ones on Twitter. There are more, but I'm going to switch over to... All right, so now I'm on Facebook. And I'm going to give shout-outs because you know a lot of these people. So this one is from our wonderful friend Nicole. Fantastic elegance, my shackles have left.
Fantastic elegance. My shackle. Like Amazing Grace, my chains are gone?
Yeah!
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Hey.
And then the other one is Flourish.
Thrive.
Yeah,
Thrive.
there you go.
I like that. I like that a lot.
I like it too. See, and some people went for like, you know, synonyms. Like you just take the word and change it to something exact same. And then some people went for like the opposite thing.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So, New Worship Band is the off-brand version of
Old Church Choir.
Old Church Choir, right? Yeah, you see, like they switched it, right?
Yep.
This is maybe my favorite ones, but from a guy. His name is John. He's a guy from the church. You the bestest best pappy is the off-brand version
You're a
of
good father. You the bestest best pappy. I like that. I think
using pappy, it's so bad. I love it so much.
It's so good.
You the bestest best pappy.
Oh, it's heartwarming.
Oh my gosh, it's so funny. I just died. This one's maybe a little tricky. Bruises in Paradise. It's a Casting Crowns song. I don't know if you know it though.
Bruises? Wounds?
You could almost guess just by like substituting
Heaven?
synonym.
Something in heaven?
Mm-hmm.
Scars in heaven?
Yeah, have you ever
really
heard?
is?
Yeah, Scars in Heaven is an old Casting Crowns
I
song.
don't know.
It makes me cry, so I don't remember listening to it very much.
I'll write that down.
All right, so that's thank you to everybody who submitted on Twitter and Facebook for those amazing submissions. Now I have a few that I've created for you. Now these are fresh. I wrote these today.
Oh, okay.
All right, I'm proud of some of these. Okay. Be. All right, get over here. Service is starting.
Get over here. Service is starting.
Get over here. Service is starting.
Come. Now it's time to worship.
Yeah.
I don't know. I had this vision of you like yelling at everybody at church, being like,
"Get over here!
Church is starting!
Get
Come
over
on,
here!" But it's like we're singing it to God. Get over here! Service is starting, God. Oh, I thought that was funny. King of the rhythmic movement.
Lord of the Dance.
Yeah.
Rhythmic movement.
Yeah, King of the rhythmic movement.
That's a visual.
I feel like you give it like a drum line or something.
I know,
you know?
it does. It has that ambiance.
All right, Over Here, God is an old hymn. I don't know if that helps.
Over here, God.
Over here, God.
Come. No. Here?
Uh-huh.
Oh, here I am. Really?
Yeah, here I am.
Lord.
Yeah, here I am, Lord. Yeah, that's one of my favorite hymns.
Here I am, Lord.
All right, this one's a little silly. Mercy Like Hail.
Grace Like Rain.
Yeah.
I see. Sorry, I had a second. I was like, Grace Like Hail.
Mercy Like Hail is the off-brand version of
Grace Like Rain.
Grace Like Rain. All right. Nice. This is another one I'm proud of. Put Your Chin Up, Sleepy Bad Guy.
With your head, weary sinner.
Lift your head,
Raise your
weary
head up,
sinner. Put your chin up, sleepy bad guy. All right, got two more. Okay, this one's just silly because I think that the original song has, like, if you don't think about it too much, tie us up, God.
Bind us together, Lord.
Yep.
Ooh, that is.
So when you twist the words, it's like, oh wait, what are we singing?
I'm uncomfortable now.
I am uncomfortable, God. Don't tie us up. Hey, God's messengers made up a song.
Hark the Herald Angels.
Yeah. Oh, you grabbed it right away. That was fast.
I had to think about it. That was, yeah, they could give me threw me for a loop there.
Oh, I like it.
That was good.
My off-brand childhood, and this is CCM edition. I love this game. This is like one of my favorite games that we play, and we'll have to do this for more categories.
Yeah, I'll come better prepared next time.
No worries. That was so fun, and honestly, we had so many submissions. Like I didn't even get to half of these, you know, I just skipped them. There were lots of repeats and like people suggesting similar things, and so I was trying to like skim through them. But yeah, thank you everybody for those awesome submissions. And we have another new game from another buddy of mine and I'm very excited to introduce next week, but we'll get to that when we get to it. All right. Hey, this was a lot of fun. Thank you. This picked me up tonight, made me feel better, and I hope our listeners like it too. All right, well, thanks so much, everybody, for joining us. If you appreciate this goofy podcast, go ahead, hit that like, subscribe, leave us a review, as you've seen. If you leave us a review, we'll read it on the air or whatever. Apparently, if you do reviews, that affects the algorithm and helps more people find our wonderful content.
And thanks so much to Music Time for the use of our theme song. Don't forget to check us out on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter account, all that good stuff.
Yeah. Are you ready for I almost said for the mom joke. Are you ready with a mom joke of the week?
I believe so, yes.
All right, you're not sure?
No, I am, yeah. I was reading a lot of jokes earlier today, and...
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
A little painful?
Yeah, a lot.
Is your groan, like, stretched out? It's too
I'm
much.
all groaned out. Yeah, so my mom joke of the day is, what do Santa's elves listen to while they work?
I feel like you're on a Christmas kick, because last
week's
was remember the Santa on the roof joke? Where does he pay for parking or something? Doesn't, because it's on the house. That was so funny.
Sorry, I did not mean to go through the holiday vibes.
I don't mind. It's September, but whatever.
That's true.
So I'm so sorry. Something
what do
about
Santa's elves listen to while they work?
I don't know. Christmas carols?
Rap music.
Nice. Oh, that's so terrible. All right, everybody. Thanks so much for tuning in. We'll see you next time.
Thanks, everyone. Take care.